Hello. Apparently I'm streaming. Am I streaming? Let's see if I'm streaming. Says that I am. No one seems to have shown up yet. Let's wait. Ooh, apparently I am streaming and one person's watching me. Hello, one person. I'll go on here and just see if I'm echoing. Okay, I can see myself looking at my phone on here, so... Sorry, I need to do the meta thing. Okay, look, there's me on my phone. And this is sort of like a delay, and hopefully soon it'll catch up and you'll see what I just saw. I have to be meta, always meta. Ooh, people are joining me. Hello. Obviously asking me the obvious question. What did you think about Doctor Who, Stuart? Doctor Who is a television program that we watch. Hang on, I will tweet it out. It is still called Twitter. Can't say hello. Would you? Sorry, this is unwatchable right now. It's just me tweeting. Yeah, and obviously proofreading my tweets because I never do that. There we go. Okay, I've done that. Now I can actually talk to some people again. Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Bagful. That is in fact my name. If I could be bothered, then I would change it to that. Who is Doctor, and why must he? Why must he who? Well, let me explain the concept of Doctor Who to you if you've never heard it before. Doctor Who is about an enigmatic GP who runs amateur murder mystery nights. You heard it here first. Well, if I was Doctor Who showrunner, that is what I would start. That is what I would turn the show into. I mean, as people have, you know the meme that people in the WhoTube community do. It's I wish that X person on YouTube who talks about Doctor Who was the showrunner, despite the fact that none of us have any experience of running a television show. You would hate Doctor Who if I was the showrunner, trust me. Anyway, hello everybody. How many people are watching me? Let's see. Okay, apparently you've got 38 people here right now. Can you all start high-fiving each other? Just while I'm waiting for more people to show up, because I'm sure there's going to be more people, because I've got like 28,000 subscribers or something like that now. You're all expected to show up. Are you going to make a video on the final series of Inside Number 9? Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I? I've done all the other ones, and I know what the internet is like. They're all like, you must. If I've got one thing, you must do more of it. You know. I mean, part of the reason that I decided to do this live stream at all was just to reassure my Doctor Who people watching me that yes, it's okay. I will do a video about the new series of it. It's okay, just because I haven't done it yet, doesn't mean I'm not going to. So it's okay. Do you need me to pat you on the head? It's okay. Calm down. Anyway, should we start talking to people? Let's start talking to people. What's your thoughts on analog horror? Do you love it? Yes, I do. It's a genre that, if you don't know what analog horror is, it's sort of like YouTube creepypastas, like what was it called? What's that really famous one about the kids who watched that creepy puppet show and then the parents couldn't watch it? I'm sure someone's going to tell me what that is. It's sort of like horror that's around like lost films, things like that. I'm a really big fan. I have been meaning to watch that one, the Devil on Daytime, the one where it makes it look like it's like a TV talk show from the 70s. I've been meaning to watch it for a while now. I know that there is a lot of stuff out that people expect me to talk about that I have watched. So it's very good that you're asking me about something that is on my list, but I haven't watched yet. So should we do it? I know what people want to ask me. Thoughts on the new series of Doctor Who? Okay, so I'm going to do a big video about it once it's done. The reason that I am not doing it, week in, week out like I used to is mostly because my life has changed. I'm not the same person that I was back when I was in my early 20s, where I had time to sit down and do it week in, week out. Plus, I have changed as a person in that I would like, like the full context of like the entire series, so that I'm not just playing guessing games with like, who is this mysterious person? It could be this person. It could be this person. I'd like a complete context of an entire series to look at. So, all right, let's give you some snap thoughts just off the top of my head. Church on Ruby Road. It was Christmas. I had another bigger project that I wanted to do at the time, and I really didn't think it was very good. So I didn't want to bring the mood down. I didn't want to bring everybody's mood down. All right, and me thinking that it's not very good. That doesn't mean that. Okay, why the point here? I understand from what I've seen so far that this series is very much geared at getting new people on side. Like the aging millennials who, like me, who, we were never really given any indication of when we were supposed to stop watching Doctor Who. We're kind of less of a concern because, it's going out on Disney Plus now. It's going out to households around the world. It's going out to parents who need something to watch with their children. And I'm totally fine with that. And because, I do think on the internet that there is this trend on the internet of people thinking that because something isn't made for me, that makes it bad. It doesn't. I get what Russell is doing. It makes a lot of sense. It's like this is what a Doctor Who showrunner would do if they wanted the show to continue to be a viable commercial prospect. They would go out, search for new audiences, and I'm very much on board with that. Okay, so I've just sort of trailed off there, and the Christmas specials were never really for me in the first place because, you know me, I'm an esoteric weirdo. I like experimental storytelling, etc. Okay, so that was Church on Ruby Road. Space Babies. See the previous point. Clearly not for me. It's for the new audiences, families who've just picked up this show for the first time. What is this? It's the bare bones. It's the bare bones demonstration of this is based on the Siege story. It's got a really, really stupid premise. It's just, I didn't like it, but it's not for me. It's not for me. Like, not liking something is okay. Which just, as I've been watching this fandom just sort of tie itself up in knots over the last few years, I just think, can we just take a measured look at these things and just think that, okay, there's lots of different types of people who will be watching this. I'm not one of those. Okay. I love the uncanny baby mouth movements. Yes, it did remind me. I'm spoiling the big video that I'm writing. It's probably going to be like an hour long, I think, something like that. I wanted to do a big one, like my Flux video. It reminded me of the film Baby Geniuses, and which is like a staple of these people on the internet watching terrible films and going, look at this, isn't it terrible? I have a vague, like really hazy memory of watching Baby Geniuses on a TV at my grandparents' house when I was a kid, and I didn't think it was like super bad or creepy because I was a little kid. It's a film that's on television and I'm watching it. It's so it's like again the nuanced take, like watching this with your current brain is going to be different to like a 7-year-old kid watching this. So yeah, as I said, it's not for me. Okay, episodes. What came after that? Devil's Cord. I thought it was all right. I mean, the main thing that I do like about Devil's Cord is that the idea of a Doctor Who Beatles episode. A lot of people would have been really hyped for that because the Beatles are like the biggest band ever or something like that. This is me shitting all over John Lennon and Paul McCartney and George Harrison and also Ringo's achievements. Yeah, the idea of doing a Beatles episode, but it's set in a world where music sounds terrible. I really enjoy the spirit of that. I mean, granted, it did get me thinking. Wait, so if music has basically been dead since 1925, how is it still making money? It's like it's an interesting singular image. It's funny. I will give it that. It's fun, and like the Doctor and the Maestro, they play instruments at each other at the end. It's cartoony, and again, as I said, it's not made for me. It is part of this whole let's go out, do something big, silly, bombastic, get the new audiences on side. I get that. I'm totally cool with that. Right. Next up, yes, I can see people. I don't agree with you, Jack in the Box. It is not okay to leave a dog in a hot car. What? What on earth is? Oh, I don't understand much. Oh, okay. Okay. Stephen Moffat one. I do like Boom. I do like Boom. It was a lot of fun, and I could tell that he had fun. That he had fun writing it. It's like it obviously sprouts from. It obviously sprouts from that bit in Genesis of the Daleks where it's Harry, I'm standing on a landmine. It's and it's Moffat's very good at like those little bottle concepts. So he spends the entire episode with his foot stood on a landmine. I had a lot of fun with that one. It kind of went on a bit by the time we got to about 30 minutes in, but as like this solid, self-contained little high-octane concept, I was like, I'm really on board with that. And it also reminded me of personal one of my favourite films. Actually, I haven't actually watched it in a little while. The 2010 thriller Buried. If you've seen that, I saw it in the cinema. It's 90 minutes. Oh, sorry, Cleo wants to come in, and I've shut the door. Come on. There we go. Sorry. Do you want to say hello to the people? Sorry, it took me a while to realise that. Q Stewart looking at his back window into the garden. I know you're out there, Moffat. I can see you. Hey, you did the reference. That's a thing that I said years ago. But yeah, it reminded me of the 2010 thriller Buried. It's 90 minutes. Ryan Reynolds has been buried alive, and he has to figure out how to get out. I saw that in the cinema in 2010, and that's like one of those. And there was no one else in the cinema at all. It was just me in the dark with a screen playing Ryan Reynolds, who's been buried alive, and I had so much fun with that. That's like That's like one of my best experiences at a cinema. Like bar none. I watched all the times that I've watched it again since hasn't really spoken to me as much as that one time. But yeah, that's what Boom reminded me of, and yeah, I was on board with it. Right, next up, 73 yards. 73 yards. Oh my god! Like, okay, I get why it's been divisive. It's clearly not for everyone. It was very, very for me. Like specifically, it's almost like Russell wrote that specifically for me. Maybe about maybe me from about 15 years ago probably wouldn't have liked it because it's ambiguous. It doesn't explain itself at all at the end, which is going to make it a nightmare for people who write Doctor Who wiki pages and expanded media and things like that. Personally, for me, in that moment, I love the unexplained. I love ambiguity, and oh my god, it was so good. I can barely put it into words just how much I enjoyed 73 yards. Like personally, though, it's best episodes since Heaven Sent for me. It's Heaven Sent. It's like you got that little collection of like Heaven Sent, Blink, Turn Left. It is in that tier for me. 73 yards was Russell seeing you going, Waters of Mars is brilliant because it doesn't over-explain itself. Yeah, it's... I felt like he listened to me. Oh, hello, Cleo. Do you want to... I love that. People just saw a big cat on the side of the screen. Oh, God. You're going to do a jump scare for them later. So, yeah. I mean, basically, I'm at the point where it's like, if I don't like the rest of the season, I don't mind, because I got 73 yards. It's just, I love that it doesn't explain itself, and the woman is just left like far in the distance, and we don't know why people start running away and get terrified of her. It's like that's that cosmic Lovecraftian horror type of thing that really, really speaks to me. It was... Oh my god! That scene where Ruby is talking to her mum on the phone, and her mum's saying, "I don't want you. Go away. Stop calling me Ruby." I was just like, it was like I was watching Hereditary or something. I was just like, I mean, I suppose the problem with my thesis that this is entirely to get new audiences on side with something fun and bubbly. I suppose it kind of runs counter to that thesis, because this episode is geared specifically towards like people like me who like A24 films. But yeah, that's currently my thinking on all of the episodes that we've had so far. It's like, I understand the first half of it the first little bit of it isn't really geared at me. It's supposed to be like getting new people on side, and maybe people like me will get thrown a bone like 73 yards occasionally, and I'm totally cool with that. As I said, it's Doctor Who. You don't have to like every episode. So yeah, that was my little ramble. Spoiled all my thoughts for when I eventually do the video. So let's see what everyone thought of that. I haven't really been interacting with you for a little bit. Oh, there's 100 of you watching. Well, that's quite good. My headcanon is that the woman just said, "Don't you think you look tired?" to the politician. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree with that. I mean, I'm guessing that we'll end up saying something about what's happening in this country at some point, because it is really weird that an episode with like a big political context is airing just at the point where we're having a general election, which was not expected whatsoever. I mean, that second half, that second half, like I was hoping that we would get something sort of like years and years from this new season of Doctor Who, like all this, like all of this work that Russell's been doing in his previous years. Basically, all of it's like bunched into 73 yards. Bring back David Tennant again. No, he's done. The woman said, give your tenor to scream and run away. that would be funny if that is what it is. But just like, I don't need to know the idea of like the idea of like my imagination just running wild as into what could they possibly say to make them freak out so much. Jared Griffiths says hi. Hi, Jared Griffiths. Second half onwards felt completely different to the first. Yeah, kind of, but personally that's what I liked about it, because it's like the point of the episode is obviously to get me connected to Ruby, who I wasn't really vibing with for the first few episodes, because I felt like the show was telling me that I should think that Ruby is this amazing companion and how great she is, but in 73 Yards, where her mother has told her to go away, she's having to like pick her life up again. The Doctor's just vanished. I liked that it threw her into this situation where she had to use her ingenuity to just figure her life out, basically. And like, it's really different. It's very unlike most. It's very, very weird for a Doctor Who story to do that. But it put Ruby in a situation where she could show me how special she is, instead of the show just going, Ruby, you're brilliant, amazing. The way that the tennis doctor will go on about, Donna, you're amazing, you're brilliant. Oh my God, Rose, she was my best friend. It's like, it's not the show babbling at me. It's, giving a character a situation where they can show me, who they are, what's important to them, and how they can, put two and two together and get out of the situation, or just use the situation in some way. I'm really spoiling this. I'm really spoiling for when I finally make the video on it. Thoughts on Doctor Who Unleashed? I haven't been watching it. It's. I know that lots of people when they started watching my channel during the Capaldi era, they never would have expected me to essentially end up becoming a casual viewer, but that is what's happened. And as I said, I'm totally fine with the show doing occasional things which are very obviously not for me. And because occasionally it will give me something like 73 Yards, which is like, Doctor Who is an A24 film. Yep, love that. Do you have a favourite piece of lost media? Ooh, that's a question. Are we sticking this specifically to Doctor Who? Because if we are sticking it specifically to Doctor Who, obviously I'm going to have to say Fury from the Deep in that. Favourite piece of lost media? Because I have spent quite a lot of time on the Lost Media Wiki, because I have this idea for a feature film about a lost sitcom from the 70s, which if you want to know more about this feature film idea, why not drop me an email? Let's go on to the Lost Media Wiki, because there is, I think I've mentioned this before, there is a show from the year 2000 which I watched when it first aired when I was like 9. Hang on, shall I share my screen? let's go exploring the internet together. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I will show because it is technically lost media, because I've tried to get people to find it for me, and no one's managed to find it. It was a show that was broadcast on CITV in 2000. Hang on, here we go. You can see it. No, it's not a Nicorette advert. Okay, it's a show called Life Force, and it's set in the future. It's in the year 2025. Oh my god, we're almost at the year that this show was set. Okay, it's set in the year 2025. The world has been flooded. There are psychic children. And it terrified me. I saw this on TV when I was like 9, something like that. I think it was only broadcast like once or something like that. And it terrified the shit out of me, this show. And I can't even find a single clip of it online. Like I have looked. I'm very good at finding TV shows and movies that people want to watch. I have looked. I cannot find a single clip of this show. The Whovian with a small collection. Wait, I remember that. Yeah, there was this one episode which I really want to see again, which gave me nightmares when I was a kid. This is probably like, along with like Doctor Who, this is like deep in my memories of like things that made me interested in like weird sci-fi horror. There's this one episode here called "The Village That Dreamed Itself to Death." Okay, just read this here. The children respond to a distress call from Lopagath Island and discover the village deserted except for Gemma, a 10-year-old girl who's in shock and afraid to go to sleep. It's like this was broadcast to like 10-year-olds in the year 2000. I desperately want to see this show again, but people have contacted like the ITV archives and no one will give us a copy, which sucks because it's not as if they're going to broadcast it again. But it's its 25th anniversary next year. Did you check torrents? Yes, I checked torrents. I have searched to death for this show. But Found a clip of the intro from I think another show within a show. Yeah. I've seen occasional like. I think there was a clip of the continuity or something like that. Wait for the 2027 reboot. I want there to be a reboot of that show. Found a set of 43-second clip of talking about it. Anyone who finds anything about Life Force, my email is stewbagfull@gmail.com. Hey Stu, if you were a sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you be? The type of questions that I get asked. A jam sandwich. I'm not going to explain any more than that. Fuck explanations. Anyway, so what else should we talk about? I went to Cannes recently. That's something I've been meaning to talk about. Oh, apparently there's 123 people watching here. Wow. Say hello to every single person, all 123 of you, write the words. Write a number in the chat that you think you are of the 123 people, and yeah, just write a random number, and then that you haven't seen before in the chat so far, and then I will order you into, I will rank you into a list of people, and no one's doing it. This is the command that I have over my audience. Are there any updates on Got Your Nose, Stu? Well, interesting that you say that. It's finished. It's finished. Currently, I am looking for film festivals that will take it. I can't say any more about whether I've succeeded yet, but yeah, there are. But yes, things are moving. It is finished, and I'm very, very, very happy with it. It's like I have to. It has totally gone me on, and it's everyone who has agreed to help me who has made it what it is. I'm just super pleased with it. You will hear more about it, honestly. I like that people are now doing my stupid number game. Let's see if anyone's repeated each other, because if you have repeated yourselves, you get sent to the back of the queue. I've got a 73 and 19. Oh, I've got two people that have said 1 here. I've seen 217s, so you get ranked last. Hello, George is lost. You are 99th. Then again, is lower or higher better in the 123 stakes? A few people have left now, so it's 118. Probably because talking about numbers isn't exactly the most. I mean, people are just spamming numbers now. Are you going to do more He Who Moans? Yes. I'm going to do a big one on the series when it's done, because you know, doing things week in, week out is a bit more, it's difficult to get things week in, week out. Mr. Bagful forgets there is a delay. Yes, yes, I do. I forget things all the time. Currently, hang on, what am I planning at the moment? What am I working on? Tell me. Well, I'm doing He Who Moans, obviously. Today I've been working on a video about. I mentioned it in the Baby Reindeer video. Something I've been meaning to talk about for a little while. The sitcom Nighty Night. I've started making a video about that because unless you haven't noticed, I've enjoyed making videos about random sitcoms that I remember in recent times. So I wanted to. I'm going to post that soon enough. I've just been working on some random things in between. You know, waiting for the Doctor Who season to finish and writing down my thoughts on it as they air week in, week out. So yeah, I'm gonna post a video about Nighty Night eventually, because I'm a really big fan of that show, and Baby Reindeer reminded me that it existed. And I also I teased doing a video about South Park at the end of my Family video, didn't I? Yeah. I wrote a script of that. People are not going to be happy with me about that if I actually finish it. But then again, I did kind of say at the end of the My Family video, I did kind of make it clear at the end of the My Family video that the South Park video is to be done when my hair goes grey. so I don't have to do it immediately. Nighty Night sounds cute, lol. I'm guessing you know how horrible Nighty Night is, because it's basically the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a sitcom. Meaty Stew, get the lotion ready. South Park, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Finish it, please. People are not going to like me. like me doing that. And for the record, I don't hate South Park. I teenaged on South Park, okay? It was one of my favourite shows when I was a teenager. And of course, there's, Modern Simpsons. Which, I've got about 2 hours worth of talking points on Modern Simpsons at the moment. I mean, it was very annoying that, in my initial outline, it was like I do 3 videos. I do one on I could do one on the Golden Age, the sort of middle period leading up to the movie, and then one on Modern Simpsons. Modern Simpsons, and that idea of like Modern Simpsons, that's almost half of it. Golden Age is like first 200 odd episodes. Everything leading up to the movie, that's another like 200 episodes. Rest of it, that's like almost 400 episodes. Like, I didn't realise just how much Simpsons has been made since the movie. It made me feel so fucking old when I realised that. And it's... Yeah, so I'm currently I'm mid-season 30 at the moment. Which... God... So, but basically, my thoughts on my recent ones. Seasons 28 and 29 are kind of forgettable. I was kind of like gritting my teeth, just like, get this done, get this done, get this done. Season 30 feels like it's got a bit of life in it again, though. I've been impressed with season 30 so far. Thoughts on 73 yards? Do you want me to just repeat the entire stream again? Rewind the video. So, same with you asking me, will you review the recent Inside Number 9? Of course, I need to give you the complete context. Hasn't Stu done a Futurama video, or did I imagine it? Yes, I have. It's on my channel. Go look for it. George's Lost says, I doubt you care about it, but Family Guy in its own journey would be an interesting one to tackle in comparison to The Simpsons. See, I remember when I was a kid, almost everyone that I knew liked Family Guy, and I was the one person that didn't. I've watched some of it over the years, and some of it's been interesting, but I don't know. I was always much more of an American Dad person than a Family Guy person, because I just felt like the writing was a lot stronger, and I could actually connect to like Francine and Stan and Steve and Haley. I wrote a story a little while ago, a story that will probably end up being a part of Abnormal Stories if I ever get time to go back to it. In which it features a family, and I randomly just decided to name all of the characters after the characters from American Dad. It's got no relevance to it, but yeah. Shall I spoil that story? Okay, it's called In the Blink of an Eye. Yes, I did. What the fuck am I talking about? I made I made this as an episode of Abnormal Stories, and I've forgotten that I actually made it. Yeah, it's called In the Blink of an Eye, and it's about a man who discovers one afternoon that every time he blinks, a year passes. So it's like blink, his children are 5 and 9. Blink, they're 6 and 10. Blink, they're 7 and 11, etc. And just like his life vanishes in the blink of an eye. So yeah, that's an episode of Abnormal Stories. Find it on Spotify. It is a podcast. Yeah, and I named all of the characters after characters from American Dad because I felt like it. Are you including the Simpsons guy, the Family Guy crossover in your Simpsons vid? I haven't so far because, the way that I've structured these aren't like, go through every episode. It's more like just, broad thoughts. I think I probably should. 7/11. Yeah, just start putting fractions in as the numbers that you are. Oh, 90%. I am 90%. Thoughts on Shooty? Well, I like him. He seems like a nice person. Yeah, I don't really follow like celebrity Instagrams or anything like that. I know what you're asking. I know what you're asking me. I know what you're asking me, but I thought I would make it personal. But yeah, he's quite good. Yeah, I mean, it's with me, it takes me a little while to like warm to a doctor, and it's it's quite unfortunate that I've had such an extremely strong reaction to an episode which basically has no doctor in it, as opposed to thinking the other episodes are it's fun, right? But yeah, I mean, thinking about it, 73 yards. It's kind of, I don't know. There's something about it that makes me think of it as like a separate piece of Doctor Who, like not really connected to her, because it is very much like Ruby's story. It's like the Doctor vanishes and then she has to go off and do her own story. Especially so since it doesn't explain itself. And I just got a super chat from M62259. That name's got a ring to it. Thank you for that. He's giving me some money. Hashtag gives through money. Says thoughts on Black Mirror season 6. Okay, let's do this, because I didn't make a video on it, did I? Because this is me not offering you the full context of my opinions. Hang on, let's look at it, because my memory's fading. My memory's failing me in my twilight years. Let's just look at the episode so I can give you the thoughts one by one, because my vague memories are like in the past. It was like a year ago now, wasn't it? Time passes far too quickly. Okay, Joan is awful. The first one, where a woman discovers a streaming series making a show about her. I loved that. It was just like really fun and playful, and I will watch anything that Annie Murphy is in. Like, since it's, I'm like a limpet. I will just cling to like anyone who's been involved with something that I've had a really strong reaction to. Like Kevin Can Fuck Himself. I really like Joan is Awful. It was really funny. Lock Henry. I did feel a bit weird about the fact that Netflix put that out, despite the fact that Netflix kind of has this ongoing problem at the moment of exploiting true life cases in kind of a tasteless way, because they put that out not long after they released Dharma, which I had really like mixed feelings about. The production is amazing. Like it was gripping, and I was compulsively watching it, but I also felt really, really gross about the fact that it kind of feels like, because that's I don't want to say justifying it, but it felt just really weird that Dharma was the main character in that, and then they put out this episode of Black Mirror, which is about exploitative true crime. Beyond the Sea, that one about it's an alternate history, and the two people up in space, and they're sort of like linked robots, and one of the guys' family dies, and they look up what that was. It was fun. It's cool, and It's cool that Charlie can now get huge name actors in his stuff. I didn't think it earned the ending at all, and the ending kind of felt a bit queasy and horrible after the ending. It was just really, really strange. It was mostly great though. Maisie Day, that really weird one set in LA about a paparazzo, which I was quite enjoying it as a sort of pulpy little thriller thing, right up until that really fucking weird ending with the werewolves, and I'm just sort of like, where the fuck did that come from? But yeah, so yeah, it's like Beyond the Sea. I felt like it didn't earn its ending, and then Maisie Day, I was just like, whoa, you did not earn that at all. And then Demon 79, which was easily my favourite of the series. Charlie writes cheesy 70s horror really well, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And I did have that Boney M song stuck in my head quite a lot over the next few weeks. So yeah, I loved that one. And I've seen that I've had another super chat from Ryan. What is going on with the Katie Manning sketch? Well, in case you didn't know what happened, so much stuff happens. I feel like I've been talking non-stop for the last 45 minutes. So much stuff happens. Okay, basically what's happening is I have been enlisted to direct a comedy sketch starring Katie Manning, which is very strange. I have no idea. I've no idea how it happened. This is just sort of happened somehow. So yeah, I've been enlisted to direct a comedy sketch starring Katie Manning. Nothing has happened yet. I'm supposed to be having a Zoom with her in the coming weeks, with her and the producer. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say yet, so I will just say that's happening. I'm directing a sketch starring Katie Manning, which is really weird. I don't understand how half of these things happen. I haven't even mentioned. I haven't even talked about the stuff I saw at Cannes yet, have I? Jesus Christ, so much stuff happens. I did have that Boney M song stuck in my head. Was me after Power of the Doctor. Yeah, that was odd, wasn't it? Two TV shows that I watched had two different Boney M songs in 2023. Boney M is massively underrated. But yeah, from what I've heard, Katie seems like a lovely person. I'm really looking forward to doing that. That's gonna be like a life goal there, isn't it? If you could have a celeb on Inside Number 9, who would you choose? Ooh, that's a question. I mean, I can't now because it's ending. Who would I have on Inside Number 9? Who's a celebrity specifically? What, like an actor or just a random celebrity? Probably. That's one. Probably Alfred Molina, I'd say. Which you might think is a bit out of nowhere, but I watched this. There was this sitcom from about 2010 or something like that. It's not really a sitcom so much. It's called Roger and Val Have Just Got In, and it stars Dawn French and Alfred Molina as a married couple, and it's basically like a series of like 30 minutes, like real time. They've just gone in from work or wherever they've been, and they're just talking to each other. It's like set in one house. It does make me think of Inside Number 9 actually, because it's all about like the unsaid things and like the context that's surrounding it. It's a really stunning piece of work. An atheist idiot has just given me another super chat. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Gatwa's season of Doctor Who so far? Well, if you tuned in about 20 odd minutes ago, I gave you my full thoughts on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 episodes that we've had so far. So if you want to rewind, and maybe I could just start again. Could I start playing the stream for you? Let's see if I could do that, because it would probably create some sort of, because I think I've done that before, where I've loaded the stream up on here and it's created some sort of weird echo. Okay, I'm not going to do that because it's gonna. But yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I can see why he's taken the decisions that he's taken. That was the point I made earlier. I can see the logic behind it. not all of it's for me. 73 Yards is very, very much for me. But as I said, I can see the thinking behind it, and what Russell's done is what you would do if you wanted the show to continue to be a viable commercial prospect, because just looking to get the hardcore fans back on side is not going to do that. It's like just trying desperately hard to appeal to an audience, to a dwindling audience of superfans. That's what got the show cancelled last time. So what Russell's doing, trying to seek out new audiences on Disney Plus, that is what you would do, and I respect him for it. Streamception, yeah. Thoughts on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? I love the random questions that I get asked. It's horrible. It's the most horrible television program that I can think of. It's like my partner's tried to get me to watch it with her sometimes, and I just can't, because I'm just like hands over my face. It's like, I love horror films. I can't be dealing with I'm a Celebrity. Do you prefer milk from cartons, bottles, or triangles? Is there something wrong? Is there the sorts of questions that I get asked? Well, I buy the bottles. There you go. I buy the bottles. Should we talk about? I haven't talked about. I keep on meaning to say. Let's talk about the things that I saw at Cannes, because it took me all the way up until I watched 73 Yards the other day to have, because this is the way that my brain works. Like, I will see something and I will be unable to stop thinking about it until weeks afterwards. So I saw Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. This was part of the entire reason that I went to Cannes, because I saw the early reports. It's like, okay, the director of The Godfather and Apocalypse Now has made a completely incomprehensible sci-fi film, and so I just thought, okay, I have an in. I've got this organisation that will manage to get me a pass into, because you can't typically get like a pass into the Cannes Film Festival. You have to go through some like bigger organisation. It's very like prestigious and exclusionary, because that's what big industry functions try and do. They try and keep you out so that they can get their exclusives and say, we've got this. And so I managed to get into a screening of Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. I was really surprised that I managed it, because like the queues were massive, and you've got to see it. I mean, it's impressive that, you know, a guy who's 85 hasn't made a film in a while. He sold a bit of his wine empire to fund. He personally funded it when no one else would, because it's mad. It's impressive that he saw it, and I respect Francis Ford Coppola as a filmmaker. I love it. I love him. You've just got to see it. When Megalopolis hits streaming, it is going to become a meme factory, because it's like, it's set in this weird future utopia thing, weird future utopia city where everyone like has Roman haircuts and talks like in this weird mixture of modern day English and Latin. And there's this one bit where Adam Driver just randomly does the entire to be or not to be monologue from Hamlet while he's talking about city planning. And I was sat in the cinema after, as I said, this sort of mad rush to get in there. I'm just sat in the cinema watching this, just sort of thinking, what the fuck am I actually looking at? So yeah, as I said, you've got to see it. There was this one scene about there's this one scene about 2 hours in, where Jon Voight is sat in a bed, and Aubrey Plaza and Shia LaBeouf come in. They've been plotting against his character over the course of the film for various reasons. And I don't remember what any of the characters' names are. All I know is that Aubrey Plaza plays a character whose name is Wow Platinum. Seriously. And John Voight ends up like he takes the cover off and reveals that he's got a crossbow, and he shoots Shia LaBeouf up the arse with an arrow. And it's just, you have to see the film. There are so many scenes like that which are just so like weird and random and out of nowhere. Just like I've got no words for it, and people are just going to watch that and just sort of think, this is from like the father of modern cinema. It's such a strange film. But yeah, you've got to see it. You just have to. Although the best film that I saw that weekend is easily the new Yorgos Lanthimos film. It's called Kinds of Kindness, and it's if you know Yorgos Lanthimos, he did The Favourite and Poor Things, which have recently done like really well at the Oscars. And I've been following his career for quite a long time now. He made this film in 2009, something like that, called Dogtooth, which is like really hard and nasty. And he's sort of managed to like inveigle his way into Hollywood by making much more palatable films, and now he's winning Oscars. And now with this new film called Kinds of Kindness, which is an anthology film, it's so dark, so horrible, and so nasty, and it's now going to be watched by the type of people who watch Oscar films. Which, as I said earlier, like making a Doctor Who video, like making a Doctor Who episode about the Beatles, and then the Beatles play music that sounds like shit. I really enjoy filmmaking which is like a practical joke on its audience, like curating an audience in such a way and then just going, surprise, fucker. But yeah, Kinds of Kindness is great. Go watch it. Shall I take some more questions? I have been rambling because I wanted to talk about Megalopolis because as I said, it's been taking up so much of my brain space, and yeah, I mean, most of the articles have been saying Francis Ford Coppola has made a terrible film. It's unwatchable. It's unwatchably bad. It kind of is, but at the same time, it's but it's kind of I can't really describe it. It's sort of like he's invented a new reaction that humans don't have a word for yet. That's between good and bad. It's Then as a sci-fi exercise, it is a very alien future. That's the thing that I liked about Megalopolis. It's a very alien future because, you know, thinking about it in the future, like 100 years ago, people wouldn't have imagined people in the future. People wouldn't have been able to imagine how we would talk in the future. Like what I'm saying right now probably sounds completely alien. Would have sounded completely alien to someone who, like, let's say we send this stream back in time about 100 years ago to someone in 1920... what year is it again? 1924. Send this stream back in time to someone from 1924, get them to watch it. It will probably sound like complete gibberish. And Megalopolis, it sounds like complete gibberish. But it's set in the future. It's set in this weird dystopia, utopia future. So obviously it sounds weird and completely mad. Because the future will sound weird and completely mad. I'm probably completely outdated if someone's stumbled across this video in like 2021, 24. That's the thing that people don't understand about the future. Thoughts on The Boys? That has been on my list for a little while now. I never got round to watching it. I did read the comic book for years ago when I was on a Garth Ennis. It is Garth Ennis, isn't it? The Boys is Garth Ennis. Because I was a big fan of Preacher when I was a kid. Because, you know, it's edgy and nasty. Oh yeah, Garth Ennis was The Boys. I do need to watch it, I know that. Maybe I'll do a video at some stage. Anyway, I've just revealed how behind I am on various things. I like that people are still putting fractions in the comments. What on earth have I done? Thoughts on The Reckoning? Ooh, because I did watch that. It's if you don't know what The Reckoning is, it is the BBC dramatisation of the Jimmy Savile scandal, starring Steve Coogan, which I did watch because I'm a huge fan of Steve Coogan's. From a filmmaking standpoint, it's really interesting. It's because basically what it took me a few episodes to notice it. Every time Coogan's Savile character tells a lie, the coverage is on someone else. It's like so he's having a conversation with someone. The coverage is focused on the person that he's talking to. Every time you hear him say something which you know is a lie, and I just thought that's really fucking clever editing. That is. I was really impressed with that. What is the latest that you have ever stayed up? Well, I have stayed up all night, like years ago when I was a student, but not in recent years. I always have to go to bed at the same time these years, unless I've got something particular I have to do. In which case, I'll probably go as late as like 2 a.m. something like that. I don't like staying up late though. Sleep is good for you. You should sleep. People undervalue their sleep. How's your toenail? Mark McCambridge asks, "How's your toenail?" Was there something wrong with my toenail? Did I say in a previous stream that like I'd stubbed my toe or something like that? Do you want to have a look at my toenail? Because I could do that. No, I'm not going to. Maybe I'd get I don't know. Maybe I'd get the stream demonetized or something. When's your next Yay and Sue stream? The Omni Shambles asks, when's your next Yay and Stu stream? And that was Omni Shambles. No, it's Graham the Goat asks, when's your next Yay and Sue stream? Well, I don't know, because I don't know who Yay is. Yeah, Jay's taking a break from YouTube at the moment, and so, you know, I'm here to say hello. Stu, don't give away feet for free. No, I should charge people for that shit. When's the South Park video dropping, boyo? Well, my hair's not grey yet. As I teased in the My Family video, my hair has to be grey for the South Park video to drop. Anyway, what else should we do, given that I'm here? Should we talk about some? Should we talk about the election that's happening? Because I think I might stream on election night just because it'll be funny. I don't think I did that last time there was an election. When was the last election? 2019. I think that was before I did streaming. Because, you know, I'll have something to comment on then. And I used to do political coverage back when I could be bothered. Because if we're talking about filmmaking, one interesting thing that I watched recently is because I've had the song "Things Can Only Get Better" stuck in my head for days now for obvious reasons. Because one interesting thing that I watched recently, it's I watched the Labour 1997 advert with "Things Can Only Get Better" on it. And it's just the most 90s thing that I've ever seen. I don't know if I could. Can I? I don't think I can play it on stream because it'll you know, it'll get demonetized. I think I might just play, just show you it and show you what I'm talking about. Just hang on. This is a party political broadcast by Stu Bag Fool. Because I'll play it and I'll have it muted. Just imagine me playing "Things Can Only Get Better." over it. Okay, things can only get better. This is the original Labour advert from 1997. Just look how 90s this is. All the bright colours. Look at that. Things can only get better. It's you wouldn't see political ad. Look at that. They've done it. They've even done the montage of the calendar with the days coming off. Things can only get better. Like, people don't dress like that anymore. It's like everyone's wearing bright colours. And look, he's lost his poll card. Where's his poll card gone? The headless man needs his poll card, otherwise he won't be able to vote. It's the, visual storytelling here. And look at the flowers. It's just so bright and happy, isn't it? And all 90s. Do you remember 1997? It's all smiley. Yeah. Like, this is how you do. This is how you do political advertising. Happiness. Vote for us, and it's happiness. Like, look at this. The world does not look like this anymore. And headless man is going to go. He's going to go use the democracy. Yeah, you should use your democracy. And look, there's someone balloons. It's like a party. I don't know why I'm showing you this. Just I watched it recently, and I just thought, this is the world just doesn't look the same anymore. And so there, he's explaining he's lost his poll card. It's okay. You don't need your poll card to go vote. And you can't. There's no dialogue in it. It's literally just things can only get better playing over this. And I'm waiting for the punchline because the end of this is just brilliant. This is the entire reason that I'm showing you it. Okay, and headless man is going to vote. He's using his democracy. He's got a pencil. He's voted for someone called Bartley. And it was Tony Blair all along. And that is the face he does there. It's like, that is the best take they got of that day. Oh, that was fun. Sadly, I do not remember 1997. Wouldn't be born for another 3 years. Stop making me feel old. How old was I in 1997? I was between 6 and 7 around then. I like to be imprecise about my age. Do you plan on making more BoJack Horseman videos? I haven't done. I haven't thought about BoJack Horseman in quite a while now. I would like to. That's another thing. That's another thing. Hang on a sec. Thing I want to recommend. What was the book called? Because the creator of BoJack Horseman, Raphael Bob Waxberg, he wrote a book recently. That was what it was called. Okay. I will do some reading recommendations because I need to get you people cultured. That is the point of my channel, getting people cultured. Yeah, let's do some book recommendations. Okay. Raphael Bob Waxberg. He wrote this really interesting short story collection called "Someone Who Will Love You in All Your Damaged Glory." Recommend this. Had a really good time reading it, and I assume that I've got all my Doctor Who people to read Rob Shearman's short story collections. If you like those, you will like this. Let's do some more book recommendations because Emily got me some books recently. What she does is she goes to she just sort of starts whenever it's like Christmas or my birthday, she just goes to look for books that have got like the words weird or A24 anywhere in the reviews. Yeah, writer I really like at the moment. Let me put. Oh, come on, you bloody thing! There you go. Writer I really like at the moment. Sayaka Murata. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I read this book recently. My partner got it for me. Convenience store woman. basically writes from the perspective of someone who works at a convenience store, like, regular job, but she just sort of describes it like she's an alien. It's a really cool book. I highly recommend it. I think. So what else has everybody been reading? Tell me some books that I should be reading, because I should be reading more. Recently, I've been reading a lot more theory-based books than fiction, partly because they help me with my videos. It's good for me to be thinking more about theory if I'm going to be breaking things apart. There's also a BBC radio drama of Convenience Store Woman. I did not know that. That is definitely something to put on my list, because I really enjoyed that book. Short story compilation I'd recommend, Never Trust a Rabbit by Jeremy Dyson. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know he'd done a short story collection. I knew that he was a fan of Aikman. I like Aikman as well. Like the Highway Code. Yes, I recommend everyone read the Highway Code. Yeah, we haven't done my tradition from the Jay and Stu live days of me just starting to read the Highway Code randomly. I've just been reading Stephen King books. Not a bad shout. He's got thousands of them. The Wasp Factory by Ian Banks. I did my A-level. That was one of the books I did for my A-levels. It's great. I think I did. What did I do for my A-levels? Yeah, I did a comparative essay, comparing the characters of the kid in the Wasp Factory and the chief in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's cool. Conspiracy by Tom Phillips was good, and John Elledge on why people believe conspiracy theories. Okay. I mean, I've kind of been burned out on conspiracy theories recently because I inhabit the internet, which is basically nothing. Which is basically about 80% conspiracy theory, isn't it? Will you review series 14 of Doctor Who? Yes. I've said it over and over again. This is just what I have to do. I'm gonna have to do this stream like every week or so, like up until the point where I finally get this video finished. Which, spoiler warning, will probably be like the first week of July, something like that. Yes, it's okay. I will do Doctor Who. I will do your Doctor Who video. Yeah. So right, the next one will probably be the Nighty Night video. I'll do that Nighty Night video. I'll probably do Inside Number 9 Series 9 before that, because I'll still be waiting for Doctor Who to finish, and then I'll do the big Doctor Who video in which I'll talk about the entire series and answer all of your questions. And I will not explain 73 Yards, because ambiguity is beautiful and you should not want answers. Yes, I know. That is basically the complete opposite of what Doctor Who fans are typically like, because everything needs to be rigidly organised on a series of fan wikis. Everything needs to make sense and fit into the right place. It doesn't. Some stuff can just be unexplained and weird. If you like horror and sci-fi, and supposing you haven't read his works yet, anything by J.G. Ballard. Well, yeah, I mean, he's another of those authors where, like Stephen King and like Kurt Vonnegut, it's like I'm occasionally reading books to just sort of build up my bigger complete picture of those authors. Crash kind of put. I don't. That was the last Ballard I read. Crash, which is like which is basically. There's this genre of music which I occasionally listen to when I'm in a really bad mood called power electronics, which is basically like horrible, grimy, industrial noises with people screaming profanities over the top of it. That's basically what Crash is like. It's really horrid and nasty. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't read it again though. But that's what I like though. I love experimentation. Speaking of power electronics, one thing that I've been trying to do is load up my Spotify just so that we can talk about music for a bit. It's not working though for some fucking reason. And is it because I have that open? I don't think I've been listening to anything embarrassing recently. So I could show you what I've been listening to. Because we did that last time, didn't we? I think. When was the last time I did a stream? 1,000 years ago, something like that. Okay, I think it's working. Why are you not working? So I think it's working for half a second and then it's, why are you not working? Bloody thing. Sorry, I will return and do something entertaining in a moment. Bloody thing. Did you ever read Book by Author? Please say that's real. Stu, favourite Pink Floyd album? Because I used to be basic Dark Side of the Moon boy, but nowadays for me it's got to be Metal. I'm kind of basic in that I really like The Wall a lot. It's one of my... The Wall is easily one of my favourite albums. And it really, really depresses me that the only time you hear people talk about The Wall on the internet these days is the Nostalgia Critic video. So that album is beautiful. Can we talk about that, please? The film is as well. Like, the animation is just gorgeous. Come on, are you doing this, you bloody thing? Is it working? I know I haven't said anything for ages. Say things, Stuart. Oh, I've got another super chat. Hello, Stuart. What has been your favourite Doctor Who episode so far? I have really enjoyed Devil's Cord, Boom, and 73 Yards so far. Oh, thank you, Seeker. If you scroll back in this stream by about, I don't know how many times, you will, I don't know how many minutes, you will find me just gushing about 73 Yards. Oh, okay, I have finally loaded up my Spotify. So let's have a look at that together, because I'm sure that will be interesting. I do like that people are still sending me fractions. Alright, window capture. Another window capture. Where the bloody hell have you gone? There you go, right. Okay, there is my Spotify. Let's look at the entire bloody thing. It's on that corner of the screen. So yeah, as you can see, this month I have been listening to... Oh, where the fuck have you gone? Sorry, I'm just incompetent. So yeah, as you can see, I have been listening to Slipknot recently because I'm a 13-year-old kid again. And obviously Billie Eilish. That album is okay. And Sleep Token. which, yeah, I've sort of gotten suckered into Sleep Token somehow. I wasn't that into them at first. It's like it took me a little while to like really get into the way he sings. It's like yeah, like he sings in that sort of in indie pop sort of way where the lead singer sounds a bit like a sheep. I got into it. Gazelle Twin, I love Gazelle Twin. More people should listen to Gazelle Twin. She's sort of like Bjork crossed with Nine Inch Nails. Really like her. Consumer electronics. That's my power electronics thing that I talked about earlier. This band called Clowncore. I just Google, just look up Clowncore on YouTube and thank me later. The Residents, who I recently mentioned in a previous video. I like that I got to mention the Residents on a stream. What are my top tracks this month? Okay, Sleep Token, obviously. Oathbreaker. Yeah, I listen to them occasionally. Ministry. Yeah, more Billie Eilish. There's nothing embarrassing in here. Why am I listening to embarrassing things? I'm supposed to be like, okay, there we go, the Numa Numa song. There's something embarrassing in there. Oh, and obviously things can only get better, which, as we've said, has been on everyone's minds recently, because it's a meme now. I've been listening to California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. I have no idea why I've been listening to that. That's been on my list. So yeah, I don't think I've been listening to much that's embarrassing. There's no Limp Bizkit on here this time. 100 Gex, of course. Meme music. Love Numa Numa. Yeah, should I? Is that how I should end the stream? Just singing the Numa Numa song. Numa Numa. Holy shit! It's JXE of the YouTube channel JXE. Oh, is Jay here? I should say hello to Jay. Has Jay said anything? Hello, Stewbagful of the YouTube channel Stewbagful. Hello, JXE of the YouTube channel JXE. We all love you. We do, honestly. Will you review Church on Ruby Road? Yes, it will be part of He Who Moans and So Make at the end. At the end of it. Once the thing is over. Oh look, there's Billy Bragg. Oh yes, I've been listening to some Billy Bragg lately. Because it's Billy Bragg. That's my dad influence there. It's my mum is the Smiths, the Cure, things like that. My dad is Billy Bragg, the Clash, Dire Straits, things like that. You should do the dance. How do you do the dance again? It's been years since I saw the video. I know. Augustine has just sent me some money. Thank you very much. I didn't know you were Caucasian. I thought you were a middle-aged bald man from India. Are you going to remake your Big Bang Theory video? I don't know how to react to that. It's like I was saying earlier with Megalopolis. It's like you've invented a new reaction that humans don't have a word for yet. That's an idea, I suppose. Because, I am in this sort of mode at the moment where I'm making these big videos about sitcoms that I'm nostalgic for. And I am kind of nostalgic for The Big Bang Theory. I mean that TV dissection that I did a while ago is quite dismissive. And, I'm not really the harsh, dismissive type anymore. I'm like measured, nuanced, see if we can see a reason why someone's done this sort of thing. But that's certainly an idea. I've got a lot more on my plate at the moment, though, because I'm trying to finish Modern Simpsons. I will finish Modern Simpsons. Thoughts on Citizen Khan? That's an idea. I didn't watch much of it. I watched the odd episode here and there because I heard Chris Marshall's in something else because Chris Marshall is in a sitcom and I watched a sickening amount of My Family back in the day. That's an idea to think about. Something to think about, because I seem to be drifting into the portion. I seem to be drifting in the direction where I'm just going to make videos about sitcoms, I suppose, for the rest of my life. Oh God, the horrors we unleashed by making it popular. Ha! He did a reference. He done a reference to a thing that I did. Is it really self-aggrandizing that occasionally my brain will just prod me with like reference to something that I did several years ago? And yes, in the He Who Moans video that I'm making about Series 14, yes, I have referenced the Stephen Moffat has a massive brain jokes. You will get that, even if it's just for a little bit. Because you know, I did have a feeling that Stephen Moffat would get brought back for the new series of Doctor Who. Because if you watch back my video from 2021, from when they got announced Russell is the new showrunner, it's so strange. Watch back that video from 2021 when Russell got announced as the new showrunner. I called so many things right. I called him bringing back David Tennant as the 14th Doctor, there being another Stephen Moffat episode in the confines of the Russell T Davies era, and the fandom's Messiah getting brought back and it not calming everybody down at all. So, yeah. What do you think of Moffat's enormous brain? It is very pretty. I enjoy the folds, and that actually thinking about Moffat's enormous brain. I actually saw a film at Cannes, which I highly recommend. Hang on, it's a film called Rumours by Guy Maddin, who he did some arty movie that I watched in university a little while ago, and it's exec produced by his new film. It's called Rumours. It was exec produced by Ari Aster of Hereditary and Midsummer fame, and it's a really strange film. It's about the leaders of the G7 getting lost in the woods at night. And there's lots of like weird arty and abstract imagery, and I just have to show you this. You will see why I'm bringing this up in a second. Hang on, window capture. Where the fuck is the window capture? There you go, window capture. Sorry, give me a moment. I'm just incompetent. There is a massive brain in it. That was the entire reason that I saw that film. So it's a weird film about the leaders of the G7 getting lost in the woods at night, and they come across that massive brain. So yeah, you have it's a film. It's called Rumours. It's by a guy called Guy Maddin, and you just it's so weird. Kate Blanchett plays a sort of Angela Merkel type of character. It's really fucking bizarre, and as I said, it's got a massive brain in it, so that's why you have to go and see it. So yeah, it's called Rumours. Go see it when it's out. This is just basically me just doing advertising, isn't it? Moffat's massive brain was rented for it. Yeah, I have to make something involving a massive brain. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to wrap up soon. So if anyone's got any like emergency super chats or things that you would like to ask me, then speak now or forever hold your peace until the next time I do one of these. Should we start doing these on a more regular basis? Yeah, it'd be quite nice. I have enjoyed this one. I don't know why I was putting off doing streaming for so long. Anyway, I would say goodbye and good night to I would show you to Cleo and say goodbye and good night, but she is currently snoring over there by the door, and I don't want to disturb her. I'm surprised you can't hear. I'm surprised you can't hear her snoring actually, because she's like the loudest snoring cat ever. Like I can hear her snoring from upstairs sometimes. Laurie Heath says, "Can I have a shout out, please, Stu?" No. Sorry. The idea of saying that just made me laugh. My horse is on fire. I couldn't think of an emergency. Well, put it out then. Get a big bucket and pour some water on it. Cleo is EP. Yes, she is. Anyway, people have started leaving, so I'm guessing they've realised that I'm going to wrap this up soon. Will you do a video on Bottom or Psychoville? Also, favourite Christmas special. I don't really like any of the Christmas specials. The only Christmas special that I think really, yeah, Christmas Invasion. It has to be Christmas Invasion because because the Doctor's out cold. Rose is basically on her own, has to use her ingenuity to find that. Basically, Doctor Who shouldn't have the Doctor in it, I think is what I'm saying. I like when the companions are dropped in at the deep end, have to use their ingenuity to get out of a problem instead of having this having this adult alien figure who has all of this experience to hold their hand and go, it's okay, we will walk you through each stage of getting it. No, I like dropping companions in deep shit and making them get out of it. But the bucket doesn't fit around my horse. Well, you don't have to put the bucket on the horse. You fill it up with water, and you take it over to the horse that's on fire, and then you. Oh, my life! I don't understand how I got to the point where I had to form that sentence. Will we get more class or something similar? Well, now that you say that, I was trying to put together another short story video for Christmas last year before realising that I ran out of time and I wouldn't get enough time to finish it. So I'm probably going to do it this year. It's a Christmas-themed short story video. It's called Bright Lights. And it's sort of like a kitchen sink drama crossed with a quiet horror piece, kind of like the Babadook. So yeah, I'm probably going to finish that for Christmas this year. I mean, I've been so wrapped up in doing sitcom videos because I've been enjoying them. People have been really receptive to them, which I do like. Thank you for subscribing. It's been really nice. Someone has posted with some sirens. Opinion on anti-woke YouTubers. I don't watch them. Don't really like them. I don't want to. Don't drag me into drama. I don't enjoy drama. I don't watch them. I sit here in my little corner of the internet. I loved your video on baby reindeer. Thank you. I enjoyed making that. It's weird. You know what my process is typically like. I spend ages sort of gestating, trying to get to a point where I formed some opinions about trying to form some opinions about a television show. But with Baby Reindeer, it's like I watched it, snap. I want to make something. I want to make a video about this immediately. I love Baby Reindeer. But there are genuine ethical problems with it, definitely. Would you do a video of Bottom or Psychoville? That's definitely an idea. That's definitely an idea. Both of them are. Stu Bagful, I don't like drama. Also, Stu Bagful posts about Doctor Who. Yeah, that's true. And I've been thinking about doing a video about Twin Peaks as well. So, me getting into fucking drama. You make great stuff, man. Always excited to see you've uploaded. When's the next Simpsons episode coming? Probably sometime around like autumn, around the end of the year. Because it's going to take me a little while because I'm at season 30 now. I've been at the state where I've been watching about 2 seasons a month for a while now. So I'm almost at the end of season 30 now. 31 and 32 in June, 33 and 34 in July. Then 35 in August, and then I'll be completely caught up. So, and then 36 will probably have started by the time I finally post it. Thoughts on Doctor in Distress? Richard B. Brooks did a better cover of it. That's my thoughts on it. I was really impressed. I was really impressed with the Five Who fans version of Doctor in Distress. I was just like, wow, he's found a tune in it. My problem with 73 Yards was the political commentary was this one man in Wales is evil. Is that really all the political commentary was in 73 Yards? This one man in Wales is evil. Sorry, that's really thrown me. That has. That's what political sci-fi is. A man in Wales is evil. This one man in Wales is evil. Oh, sorry. I want to write that as a short story now. The man from Wales who was evil. A political sci-fi story by Stu Bagful. Will there ever be another Snuggly Chibnall time or similar? Possibly. I haven't got any plans for it at the moment, but I'm sure I could rope John, Billy, and Richard into doing something. I think they should do 74 Yards in Series 15 with with two evil Welshmen instead. Yeah, that's what you do as a sequel, right? Aren't they doing? Isn't that the first A24 sequel? That film, what was it called? Talk to Me. That came out the other year. That was quite good. I enjoyed that, and the sequel's obviously called Talk to Me, with a 2 in it. Anyway, is that about all of the emergency questions that we've got? Have I answered all of them? Albion is about as subtle as a brick flying through the window and smacking Minan. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, true. I suppose. I don't really care though. 73 Yards with me, I loved it so much because it's a vibe thing, really. Roger Ap Gwilliam should come back. Personally, I don't think so. I really, really hope that 73 Yards is just this little thing that's just left there and no one revisits any of the context to it, because I just fear that it would be ruined if it gets returned to. Okay, we'll do one last emergency question before I go and have a sit down and have a snack or something. And the last emergency question is, what do you prefer, sine wave, square wave, or saw wave? This is a question that I've never considered before. I think I would have to go with square wave because I like the corners. Okay, one more. Have you played Skyrim? No. I'm currently replaying Tears of the Kingdom again. Are you not sitting? Yeah. Yeah, I am sitting. Look, there's my chair. Do I have to prove it? It's not CGI. I'm not CGI. Anyway, thoughts on Psychoville? Love it. Of course. Of course. Me, big Inside Number 9 fan. Of course I am. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to finish here. Anyway, Cleo's not going to come over and say hello again, so you're just gonna have to scroll back to earlier in the stream if you want a massive cat face to appear on the side of the screen. Anyway, original Xbox, PS2, or GameCube? GameCube. That was the one that I had when I was a kid, and there were so many great games for the GameCube, and it was such an undervalued system. So yeah. I don't know. That chair screams Disney budget. Yeah, it's a very high budget chair. Actually, I think the tilt's going in it. I should probably buy another one. Hashtag gives to money. Okay, I think we're almost at the end. I'm going to have a nice little sleep because I am getting old, you know. I'm pretty sure that I'm really surprised that most people haven't posted that actually, because it's like every time that I appear on camera these days, it's like, oh my god, Stu is older than he used to be. Time has passed. My mind is blown. But yes, I do need to go and sit on the sofa and cover myself in a blanket now and have some snacks. So yes, thank you for listening to me, everybody who has been listening to this. Do you want to? Could you tell me a bedtime story and sing to me? Start singing to me in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what to sing. Anyway, I should play. Sing me some power electronics. Fire! Harsh music. Anyway. So, yeah. Thank you for listening, everybody. I'm going to click stop now. Night night. Till next time. I probably will do more. I probably will do more of these occasionally. I will announce them beforehand. Anyway, bye bye, everybody. Things can only get better.